So, charisma. Now, this is a concept that we all know it when we see it. Some people have it, some people don't, or at least that's what we think. We think charisma is just this thing that you're born with or this thing that you lack, and there's nothing you can do to change it. But what if I told you that charisma was actually much simpler than that? That it's two skills that you can practice, that you can develop, and that you can increase, not in a matter of years, not decades, but really in just days and weeks. Now, once you learn this, you can approach social situations in a way that comes across as more charismatic, in a way that's more likely to influence and impact those around you in a positive way. Now, I'm not about to tell you this, but I want you to use this for good. Don't be a charismatic dick. Don't use these powers to manipulate people, because you can. Whenever you are more charismatic, people will likely want to follow you. And I really hope that you will only use this in a way that improves their lives as well as yours. So let's get into this. Charisma boils down. Now, this is the charisma matrix, because it's really two different things that combine into charisma. These two things are warmth. We'll list this. Warmth, and we'll say cold. And then the second thing is competence. And we'll say incompetence. Now, you need two of these things. When you're in this Goldilocks zone right here with warmth and competence, you come across as somebody who knows what you're talking about. You come across as somebody who has people's best interest in heart, right? Because the thing is, if you're competent but cold, you come across as arrogant. You're kind of a prick. And when you're here, people might want you on their team. Maybe not. You might offend so many people with your coldness that they don't even want you on their team. But if you are on their team, they'll be happy about it, right? Because they're winning through your competence. But they don't actually like you. They are using you for your skills, so to speak. And you don't necessarily want to be here, because as soon as they find somebody who has the similar set of competence, but more warmth, they will gravitate towards this person. You'll be left in the cold. You'll be friendless. And most importantly, you won't have the influence that you desire. So you need both warmth and competence. Now, if you have warmth but incompetence, you're kind of a silly dork, right? You're the puppy dog. People keep you around because you're lighthearted. You're non-threatening. You're not going to steal anybody's job. But you're kind of the office errand boy at this point, right? Again, warmth and incompetent, you're tolerable, but you're not really influencing other people. You're not really getting the respect that you want. And probably the worst thing you can do, though, is be cold and incompetent, because here you're just dead weight. People are asking themselves, like, why did we invite him? Like, what is his purpose? I don't even know if I spelled that right. So in this case, people are asking themselves, like, why did we invite this guy? Why is he a part of our team? How do we get rid of him? Right? If you're cold and incompetent, it's kind of like you have no skills and you have no positive personality. So it's definitely what you don't want to do. You want to develop these two traits. You want to be warm. You want to approach people in a warm manner. When you go into a room, you should, be a little bit lively, be smiling, those sorts of things. Walk through life with this look on your face like things go right for you. And also, you need to develop some skills, because you can have that sort of false confidence where it's like shoulder back, head up. But if you don't have anything to back it up, people are going to see through it, at least people who have a little bit of experience. So they want you to have some degree of actual skills that are practical and useful, not only for yourself, but for other people. Now, when you combine these two, like I said, warmth and competence, then people trust you. People want to be led by you, and they will see you as charismatic. This is very similar to the concept of trust. Now, Nassim Taleb talks about this in his book. Is it Black Swan? Which book is it? Let me go find it. So Nassim Taleb talks about this in Skin in the Game. Great book, by the way. Trust. Now, when you say you trust somebody, if you say, doctor, I trust you to work on my heart, I'm going to have this heart surgery, I trust you, you mean two things. You mean that I believe you have my best interest in heart, has best interest in heart, and highly skilled. Because if you go to the heart surgeon, who, sure, they have your best interest, they're looking after your interest, but they're not skilled, they could cut the wrong artery. They could, leave whatever in your chest, and now you're dead. Same thing. If they're just highly skilled, but they don't really like you and they don't care if you live or die, well, that's not a situation you want to be in either. So trust and charisma are very, very similar. Charisma is more about influence. Do people want to be around you? Do they feel good talking to you? And again, if you have the competence, if people feel like they know what you're talking about, and if they feel like you like them, then they will want to be around you. Donald Trump has this great line where he's like, I like people who like me. Maybe I'm crazy. I just kind of like people who like me. People like people who like them. It's a very natural thing. So if you come across like you don't like people, but competent, well, people aren't going to really like you. And again, if you like people, but you have nothing to offer them, or if you're, kind of a goofy person with, no skills, well, they might like you, but they're not going to gravitate towards you. And they're certainly not going to want to be influenced by you if they have any brains themselves. So this is how you become more charismatic. Work on these two things, right? These are skills you can develop. These are practices. You can gain skills. You can become more competent. Takes time, obviously. You focus on the positives, focus on the things you can do well, and then expand upon that. Work on your weaknesses. And then also just be a warmer person, right? Treat people well, treat people like you like them rather than like they're a burden for you. And then people will be more influenced by you. So this is the Charisma Matrix. If you found this video useful, drop a comment, leave a like, and I will see you next time.